Hello parents! I'm going to give you a quick tutorial of what we are learning about this week in math. This will be effective for both lesson 1 and 2. We're working on standard NBT 1.1, which is number and base 10 operations. Up here it says 4 ones, so I'm going to put a 4 in the ones place. They want me to multiply by 10 or figure out what number is 10 times greater than 4 ones. Our number system is on a base 10 system, which means every place value you go over is 10 times greater than the last. So if they want us to come up with a number that is 10 times greater than 4, we're going to shift over on our place value chart one place value, and then we're going to fill in however many place values we need to have a placeholder. So 10 times 4 ones is equal to 40 ones, which is equal to 40. They can also ask us these type of questions in a word problem format. This one says, Katrina has 60 gigabytes of storage on her tablet. I went ahead and underlined that Katrina had it and it was 60 gigabytes. Then the next sentence tells us, Katrina's father has 10 times as much storage on his computer. The question sentence is asking us about Katrina's father. So the first discussion we're going to have is, who is going to have more, Katrina or her father? Katrina's father is going to have more because he has 10 times as much storage as she does. So they can do this two different ways. They can write 60 times 10 and think if they shift it over on the place value chart, that would turn to 600, or they can actually draw a place value chart. Ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. They can put the 60 in. They can shift over one place value with all the digits they have and then fill in what's left. Either way they do it, they will end up with the same answer of 600. Lesson 2 is just an extension of lesson 1, and it also incorporates dividing by 10. So when we were multiplying by 10, we were shifting left on the place value chart, which would reach us into a larger place value because when we multiply, we get a bigger number. When we divide, we are going to shift to the right on the place value chart because when we divide, we get a smaller number. This lesson also discusses unit form and standard form. So let's try the first one. It says 7,800s, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 7 in the thousands place, an 8 in the hundreds place, and go ahead and fill in my zeros. And it says to multiply by 10, so that means our number will get larger, which means we're going to shift to the left. So we're going to shift one place value to the left with all of the numbers that we have. Again, I make sure that the students use the arrows, and then they'll realize they have one place value with no digit, so we have to put a 0 placeholder now. If we're going to write in unit form, that's a combination of numbers and words. So we're going to look. The 7 is in the 10,000s place. So ideally, I'd like for them to write this out, but I don't have a whole lot of room. So I'm going to write 7 10,000s. And the 8 is in the thousands place. So that is what the unit form would look like. And then standard form is just the standard way that we would write a number, which is what our answer looks like in our place value chart. The second problem on here involves division. It says 6 thousands and 4 tens. So I'm going to put a 6 in the thousands place and a 4 in the tens place. Each student has their own place value chart that is in a sheet protector so they can use it and dry erase it after they're done using it. When doing homework, I would highly recommend you creating a place value chart at home. So I can't just leave a number like that. It doesn't look like a normal number should. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in my 0 placeholders. I'm dividing by 10, so I know my number is going to get smaller. The way that I make my number smaller is I have to shift to the right. I'm going to shift one place value to the right, because each place value is 10 times greater or smaller than the place value next to it. So if I were to write that in unit form, I'm going to look at the first number that I see, and the 6 is in the hundreds place, so I'm going to write 6 hundreds, and the 4 is in the ones place, so I'm going to write 4 ones. That number in standard form is 604, which is just like how it looks in our place value chart. Your student may also be asked to compare two numbers and to look at a specific digit. So I have the numbers 1,432 and the number 29. And they may ask for you to explain everything about the digit 2 in both of those numbers and how they relate to one another. So I'm going to go ahead and put them both in my place value chart. I'm going to circle the number that they want me to look at, which is the 2. And I'm going to think, it's one place value over. So I could say that the 2 in 29 is 10 times greater than the 2 in 1,432. I could also say the 2 in 1,432 is 10 times less than the 2 in 29.